What's up, my sweethearts? What it do? It's your girl Jennifer the realest, my sweethearts. Y'all already know what this face is. Y'all already know this is the baby sweetheart, Quawan Charles. Okay? Get your lights all the way up, my sweethearts. Quawan Bobby Charles. Okay? We're gonna run this thing like cardio. This to my sweethearts, my sweethearts. This is to all y'all, but this is to my one sweetheart who really asked me, Jennifer the realest, can you do an update of this? I was gonna go live, but it's the Christmas holidays, my sweethearts, and I really don't wanna, get y'all. I know y'all got things to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of days for Christmas and things like that. So I know y'all got things to do. So I'm gonna run this like cardio. So for y'all who don't know who Quawan Bobby Charles is, for my new sweethearts, he's a 15-year-old, okay? And he died. Yes, he did. So get your lighters all the way up. My old sweethearts who already know about him, I'm gonna run down about him, what happened, and then I'm gonna give an update to my new sweethearts who asked me, can I run this, okay? Who already know about what happened to him. So let's get it. Quawan Bobby Charles, a quiet 15-year-old who loved the outdoors and his dog, my baby, went missing in rural Louisiana on October 30th. Rest in peace, baby. His body was discovered days later in a sugarcane field 20 miles from his home. The sheriff's department told his family that the boy had drowned. Charles' family calls the claim bogus and says my sweethearts. Charles' family calls the claim bogus and says that photos show Quawan's face was horribly disfigured when he was found. They believe his death could have been racially motivated and that law enforcement failed to act in the hours after they reported their son missing. 2 weeks after Quawan went missing, the Ivory Parish Sheriff's Office released a statement saying that they are investigating suspicious circumstances and Quawan's parents are still looking for answers. We believe that if he had been of a different color, that this will be taken a lot more seriously, the family's attorney, Ronald Haley, told News. Quawan's father says police have visited a friend of Quawan's and his mother, both white, who were allegedly the last people to see him before he died. But the sheriff has not commented on whether they are communicating with the pair. No suspects have been named in the case, and it has not been designated a homicide. Here's everything we know about the death of Quawan Bobby Charles. Quawan went missing on October 30th. Quawan's parents reported his disappearance from his father's home in Baldwin, Louisiana, where he had recently moved on October 30th. He had just started a new school. Quawan's father, Kenneth Jacko, says that part of the reason why he was concerned about Quawan's whereabouts was that he had left his beloved Doug, who he had named my baby, behind. Quawan's father attorney says that Baldwin Police Department took a report, but gave no indication over the next few days that they were searching for the teen or actively investigating his disappearance. Instead, they suggested Quawan might have gone to a football game and asked if the boy had a troubled past, he said. I'm sick of these cops when these moms and these fathers call them for our kids and they giving you all the scenarios. I swear for God, I'm going to jail. Let my child be missing, my sweethearts, and I call the police and they say maybe, I'm going to say maybe you should kiss my ass. Maybe that. Maybe you should get out here before I go crazy with the 4-4 in the air. Maybe that. I ain't playing. I'm going to make them do that job. Because I bet it was some racial stuff. I bet it was Louisiana. I bet it was. Let me get some water, my sweetheart. I bet it was. Suggested he might have gone to a football game. Why? Because he black? How you going to suggest a football game and a kid is missing? Are you serious? That is racial slurring. Because he black? An ex had a trouble past. Who was y'all to ask why he had to have a trouble past because he black? It's crazy. His family says Quawan was with a friend, 17-year-old Gavin Irvin, and Irwin's mother, Janet, in neighboring Iberia Parish before he died. Jacko told the Post that they learned through a third party that the Irvins picked Quawan up the day he went missing at around 3 p.m. while Jacko was at the store. The Post reports that Quawan's father said neither he nor Quawan's mother knew the Irvins, who are white, and had not given them permission to take Quawan. They wouldn't have been no more Irvins, I'm telling you right now. On November 17th, Baldwin police released surveillance footage. They say deputies Quawan getting okay, it don't say despite, my sweethearts. They say depicts Quawan getting picked up by a car on October 30th. DEPICTS. Quawan getting picked up by a car on October 30th, my sweethearts. In the video, a figure said to be Quawan sits by the side of the road outside a home before getting up to run toward a car that pulls into the driveway. Two individuals appear to leave the car. Eventually, 3 people get back in and drive off. According to Assistant Chief Sam Wise, police believe that before re-entering the car, Quawan and the 2 individuals presumed to be the Irvins entered the backyard of his father's home to play with Quawan's dog. Gavin Irvin had given Quawan the dog. According to his father, there was no signs of a kidnapping or abduction at that time. Excuse me. Wise said of the video's contents, Quawan's body was discovered on November 3rd. Jacko says that the family accompanied by police visited the Irvins on November 3rd after Quawan had been missing for 4 days. 4 days, my sweethearts. Gavin Irvin confirmed that he and Quawan had been together on October 30th, but said that Quawan had left later in the day. Gavin said Quawan got up and said he was leaving. Gavin asked about where Quawan was going, and after that, he disappeared. Jacko told the Post. Iberia Parish police found Quawan's body in a sugarcane field later that day in the small community of Louisville, not far from the Irvin's home. The sheriff's office told the family that water was found in Quawan's lungs and he had drowned. But the family says photos of Quawan's body show that his face was incredibly mangled. You heard me, sweetheart? Mangled. Selena Charles, a cousin serving as a family spokeswoman, said that Quawan's mother, Roxanne Nelson, ran from the viewing room when she saw his body. The Post reports that in a photo of Quawan, the teen appears so disfigured that his teeth are visible outside of his mouth. I'd have died. I'd have went ham, eggs, and cheese, bacon and cream. I'd have went off. I ain't playing with you. I went to jail. I'm telling you. I don't care what y'all saying. I went to jail. Now you play with, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm serious. Because the mom can't believe what she's saying. The teen appears so disfigured that his teeth are visible outside of his mouth. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Charles told ABC that Quawan looks like he'd been tortured. Nelson has since shared photos of his body online to call attention to Quawan's death. Go ahead, sweetheart. And to pressure law enforcement to act. No one is officially being investigated yet, but the police are investigating his death as a homicide, as they should. And that's why I don't see why when they sing Kanika, she's not a homicide. Are you serious? Law enforcement officials have now said they are investigating Quawan's death as a homicide. Though they have not declared it a homicide officially, any case involving someone found deceased in this manner is treated as a homicide investigation. Iberia Parish Sheriff Tommy Romero said in a statement. Let's get it, Sheriff. The sheriff's office has not named a suspect, but said officers had spoken to the people believed to have been with Quawan before he died. We interviewed these same individuals and are currently tracking their whereabouts, police said. Though they declined to confirm, they had spoken with the Irvins. Neighbors of the Irvins say they were evicted from their mobile home this week for unknown reasons. Romero also said he had reviewed a video that showed that Quawan was alone in the area where his body was found for at least part of the time before he died. Law enforcement had also released the preliminary autopsy report in which the coroner states that, in his estimation, Quawan drowned. The report said his death was a likely drowning and that there was muddy water found in his airways. The coroner also attributed the scratches and wounds on Quawan's face to aquatic animal activity. No. And said that the boy had not sustained the injuries before his death. But family attorney Haley says that there is no more than 2 feet of water in the area where Quawan was found. If in fact he did die of drowning, and we're saying that as in if we're calling any into question how exactly that would have happened, Haley told the New York Times. Can somebody who's 5'6" typically drown in 2 feet of water? No, not unless there's another case associated with that. The Charles family had ordered their own independent autopsy. Let's get it. And last week asked for help online, raising $15,000 to conduct the autopsy. They soon raised over $100,000. Let's get it. The results of that independent autopsy were leaked on November 16th and allegedly confirmed that Quawan's injuries are consistent with drowning. Though the report declined to definitively state a cause of death, it found no premortem trauma or natural disease, per the New York Daily News. The family, however, remains more interested in the manner of death. Chase Trishell, one of their lawyers, said on Monday, if the scientific explanation is drowning, okay, now let's narrow the focus to how Quawan came to drown in a sugarcane field. He was an able-bodied person before he ended up face down in water that was ankle deep. Ankle deep. He drowned in ankle deep water. Unbelievable. Quawan's family says police did not act quickly enough after his disappearance. In the weeks since his body was found, Quawan's family has demanded accountability from local law enforcement, who they say were delayed in their response to his disappearance. They criticize police for not alerting local news and say that an Amber Alert was not sent out. Baldwin police reportedly entered Quawan into the National Crime Information Center as a missing person or runaway, but did not notify state police, who can determine whether or not to issue an Amber Alert. It begs the question, had the protocols been followed, would Quawan be alive today? This is bad. This is real bad. Once this became public, almost every local news station said we had no idea a child was even missing. Haley, the other family attorney, told the Post, adding the authorities hadn't tried pinging Quawan's cell phone until 3 days after he disappeared. That's how they knew where to narrow the search for him. This is sad. Baldwin police told a local news station that the police didn't have the ability to ping his cell phone. But according to News 10, cell service providers routinely ping phones on behalf of law enforcement. Let's be clear. What they did was call Bobby's cell phone, attorney Trishelle said, by their own admission. We called the young man. We text the young man. If that's all they can do, they are already doing what mom was already doing. If that's all they can do, then it's supremely inadequate. And this is going to keep happening. You ain't lying. They could have done more. They didn't. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. Nelson, Quawan's mother, said in an interview with ABC, had they done what they were supposed to do, my son would be alive today. I feel because my son was black, it didn't matter to them, and it didn't, sweetheart. The ACLU of Louisiana is joining the family in their call for justice. The disrespect and lack of transparency demonstrated by local officials in response to Bobby's tragic and suspicious death is unacceptable. Alana Odoms of Louisiana said in a statement, we joined the family in demanding a full and transparent investigation into the circumstances surrounding Bobby's death. Unbelievable. Now, all that is what had happened to this baby all the way up to now. So here got the update. December the 23rd of 2020. Surveillance footage captured Janet Irvin picking the teenager up at his family home the day he disappeared. I'm sorry. I'm going to read this and I would have went down. I wouldn't have. The grieving family of Quawan Charles is calling for the arrest of the dead teenager's friend's mother, who is the last adult to have reportedly seen him alive, after leaked audio indicates she regrets not informing police that the boy had left her home. The newly leaked audio obtained by CBS News implicates Janet Irvin in Charles' death. Lawyers for the boy's family say the recorded conversation between Irvin and a private investigator appears to show the Louisiana mother lamenting over not immediately tipping off authorities after her son's 15-year-old friend left their home on October 30th. Yes, I should have called the cops, Irvin told the private investigators. I should have went further. Surveillance footage captured Irvin picking Charles up at his family home the day he disappeared. However, the dead teen's family has maintained they hadn't given permission for Irving to take Charles from the home. His body turned up in a sugarcane field in Ibury Parish on November 3rd, according to authorities. The audio also revealed that Charles had possibly used drugs shortly before his death. This is sad. Y'all took him there to get him high. Irvin's son, Gavin, who was Charles' friend, also told the private investigators in a separate conversation that the two teens had smoked marijuana together shortly before Charles departed their home. I don't care. That ain't gonna make that boy die and his mouth look like that. Did he smoke something or did he? The private investigator asked. Yeah, he smoked some weed. Gavin Irvin replied. That was it. That ain't gonna make him act like that. Charles' family attorney said Irvin could now face a slew of charges. She knew something was wrong and did nothing. Attorney Ronald Haley said, it speaks volumes as to what her involvement was. That's what I'm saying. I said she was involved. I did from the start. No arrests have been made and detectives are waiting on toxicology reports. We think the toxicology report is going to vindicate what we're saying today, said Chase Trichell, another family lawyer. Janet Irvin could be charged with delinquency to minors, serving minor drugs. Two separate autopsies suggested that Charles died by drowning. The teenager was also seen in the vicinity of where the body was recovered shortly before his death, according to video footage and eyewitness investigators said. The family, who are pointing to a graphic post-mortem image of Charles' disfigured face, are suspicious the teenager drowned. I am too. One family member said it looked as if he'd been tortured. One left side of his face, my sweethearts, there is like a knot. Selena Chase, the teen's cousin, told Outlet. On the right side, there's like an incision. Then around his mouth-like area, the majority of his lips are gone. He had been tortured. A child was taken from his parents' home without permission. That's why I'm done. I'd have been all in her stuff. They took my kid, got him high, and did what y'all did. So that boy mouth is like that because of what? What y'all said, Kanika had rigor mortis. So I guess he had that too, right? His teeth is gone from his mouth. He's disfigured. Are you serious? He got an incision around his mouth area. Majority of his mouth is gone. And y'all want me to believe what? That the animals from the sea, the animals from nature did that? I gotta get my lights all the way up. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. Something happened. I wonder what made the mother come get that boy. What made him? He knew round there. What, y'all ain't like him because he black? Y'all pretend to be his friend? What made y'all like his mouth disfigured? Y'all hit him with something. They gotta find these weapons. Y'all hit him with a bat, a stick, a branch, or something. Now, why, I don't know. What, your son and him got into a fight? An argument? Are you serious? First of all, the mother should be she should be in trouble anyway. She picking a minor up. He not 18. You at somebody's house. I wish I would see somebody at my house picking up my child. And then in this case, white people, because down there is prejudice. Are you serious? Now y'all back home, living y'all life, and this baby out here not even dead, tortured. And all the police could say is he had a football game. That was racial there. What would make him be at a football game down Louisiana? Louisville. Louisville. Ain't no football game. That boy been tortured and murdered. That's a homicide. Yes, he been murdered. Why? I don't know. Just because he black, probably. Y'all try to get him high to use that as an excuse like, oh, he was high. He went by the water and went and drowned by the pond. 2 feet? You ain't even drowning in 5 feet in a pool. So miss me with that. Y'all did that baby. Yeah, y'all murdered that baby. That's real facts. Y'all murdered that baby. Just listen to listen to everything that's happened to him. Ain't no animals did that to his mouth. Okay, so who did the incision around his lips? Y'all keep on, if they keep on interrogating, now only person going to jail is the mother. The mother involved too. What, you mad, mom? With the sons, with the boys got into arguments? What, you hit him and told him don't talk to your son that way? What happened? My sweethearts, this your girl Jennifer from the realest. Get them likes up, my sweethearts. Subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified, my sweethearts. Chime in with your girl. This is to my sweetheart who asked for the update of Quawan. Okay? Quawan, Bobby Charles. Okay, my sweethearts? This don't make no sense. Coming, that is bold. They came to the house. Came to the house, picked them up. I wish the father would have came back from that market, the store. Make no sense. They thought his son was still in the room. He not. He gone with these crooked people. And not only that, he's really just gone. He's not coming back because they murdered him. They had a nerve to put him in the water. Like the autopsies can't detect drown, murder. You know what I'm saying, my sweethearts? This is a sad case. 15 years old. I know y'all have 15-year-olds. And this could be anybody 15-year-old, my sweetheart. So guess what? Awareness for today. We need to be awareness. We need to be aware, alert, lean on your kids. Tell them they better not go with no one for reasons like this. I don't care if they even could pretend to be your friend. If they being sneaky, grabbing you behind your parents' back, no, they're not your friend. Don't trust them. This is just ridiculous. My sweethearts, my heart is aching because if you seen something like the way his parents seen it, you would be hurt too. I can imagine just seeing your child body and it's not how you left your child. You understand me? He just a whole disfigured mess. Like, I can imagine. So rest in peace. I hope they get justice for this baby. I want that creepy, sneaky mom, Janet Irvin. What if somebody do that to your son? What if somebody do that to your teen? You got one, sweetheart. Now you ready to do time over to jail while your teen out there fiending for himself. Out here just going for him, Oh my God. It's bad. It's bad how they'll do a teen. So if you'll do a teen like this, you'll do an animal like this. It's your girl Jennifer from the realest, my sweethearts. We don't have no excuses for these kids. So we ain't giving one. Like, share, subscribe, my sweethearts. Hit that bell to be notified. And it's your girl, and I'm out.